my good friend and the astonishing talent, Anthony Roth Costanzo. I'm having a hard time looking at you.
I can't look at you, Joyce.
No,
I love you so much.
I love you because what you're doing here is just, it's extraordinary. And I almost hesitate to sort of break the spell, but you've lived with Akhnaten for so long.
Can I just tell you one thing? I'm standing here on the stage holding your hand and remembering one of the first things I did here at the Enchanted Island, and we were here, and I finished my aria, and you were holding my hand like this, and you squeezed it.
Yeah.
And then you turned to me and said, "Don't move."
Take the applause.
Take the applause.
And boy, did they applaud.
Thank you.
Yeah, and here we are a few days later, still covered in gold paint.
Still covered in gold paint.
And gold leaf. You've just finished really one of the opera world's most gorgeous arias, but still unknown to the general opera-loving population, not any longer after today. Would it be fair to ask if this is the pinnacle moment of the opera for you?
It definitely is, and it's a tightrope walk, which is what makes it so exciting, and it's so personal. You know, it's the only thing in the opera in English, and it's because Akhnaten, I feel, is having a prayer with his God by himself, so we hear his thoughts. And after this temple scene of clubs flying and ha 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 ha, and then this very difficult duet with interweaving lines, all of a sudden, it's just me, vulnerable out there,
And you float across the stage.
Oh, thank you.
When you're climbing these stairs at the end, what's in your head? What are you thinking?
You know, there's a couple things. Like all opera singers, I have 10% of me focused on the technique, which means foot, and then raise, and then step, and then don't fall, and then your foot is on your dress. But the other part of me, I look up and I feel the light of the sun on my face, and it feels, not to sound corny, but like I'm in Egypt. And I feel, before the show today, I was thinking of the ancient spirits that inspired this opera and that are then channeled and released through us today. So it's kind of exciting stuff.
That reminds me of a social media question that we have that I want to ask you, and it's from Simona Botas, Anthony Roth Costanzo. Do you remember being Akhnaten in a previous life?
Aha! You know, sometimes I feel this great, deep connection to the character. It feels like the culmination of everything I've prepared for in my life, all the education, all the experience I've had, is somehow embodied in this role.
Yeah.
And that's
it's
so
not
rare.
just the singing, it's everything.
It's a Gesamtkunstwerk.
Yeah, I love this. Cynthia Wilcox.
Yeah.
Anthony, we've heard about the painful waxing sessions you've endured for your role as Akhnaten. Is this, or what is the most extreme thing you've done in order to achieve your best in an opera?
I would say this. I mean, the waxing is actually how I became a countertenor to begin with. Just kidding. If
Mental
people ask
note
you,
to
mental
self,
note, that's how you do it. No, there's a lot that is involved in this. And the question is why? That's what I asked the director. Why be naked? Why be waxed? Why shave my head? And he said, because you, for 3 hours, have to take us somewhere different, and you have to be somewhere different yourself. So when I go to the grocery store, I feel like an alien. But when I step on this stage dressed like this, I feel like Akhnaten.
And when we see you, we immediately know this is someone almost otherworldly.
That's right.
And vulnerable.
Yes, I think
vulnerable.
the vulnerability that comes with power is something we don't think about. We just think about these great leaders and them forcing their way. But some of them are great, some of them are evil. No matter what, there is this thought process and what's going on in their head, and that's what I'm thinking about.
That's why this is so timely. Anthony, thank you. I
Joyce.
know all of us who love you, we're so proud of you for this moment.
I love you to pieces. Thank you, Joyce. Mwah.
Give me some gold leaf, baby.
Mwah. Oh, yeah, you got
Gold
gold all over you. Bye, Joyce.